What it do, fellas? So today's video is all about making her regret losing you. She will regret losing you once that she sees your emotions, of course, are untouchable. You can't be shifted with your emotions, but definitely it takes you taking your control back. So it starts with emotions, and then all around, fellas, if you have power, you're gonna get that respect from women. And then when they want to give you respect, ultimately, like, she wants to give it to you when she's around you. She's gonna try to work her way back, and that's all seeing why she should want you now, and she ends up regretting losing you for so many different reasons. So it could start from you guys fixing your emotions, getting your emotions in check, or it could start off from other things such as getting in the gym and things that y'all know you have to be on. Of course, your purpose as well. All right. So before we get into this huge discussion, fellas, please give this video a huge thumbs up. And there is a great deal going on right now for Thanksgiving and Black Friday, fellas. The links are in my description for consultations. There is a great deal right now, and it starts from 15 minutes all the way up to an hour. So if y'all want to talk about anything that's going on in your life, it could be about a girl, or it could be personal, and it could be fun things, or if it's really like no contact, if it's you're trying to make her regret losing you, ghosting, all that good stuff, you want more things to know about, go ahead, check out that link and book your consultation. All right, for this discussion. I already told y'all, a lot of this starts with your emotions, but overall, you're bringing power back into your life. So when she basically, let's kind of reverse it. Like, why does she not even want you? Why is she at a point of, oh, well, you guys are separated and she needs to regret losing you? So when we reverse it, what happens is a lot of women, and I've been saying it for so long, what happens is a lot of women have viewed you differently now. So if she's viewing you differently, and now it's like, oh, she's not at that point of regretting losing you, she's viewing you without the potential that you actually have. She's viewing you as the guy that he could set himself back so many times, right? So let's just get into how some of you guys are in a relationship and you guys need this woman to start respecting you. You guys want this woman to start caring for you, right? And it's starting with literally, y'all need to start taking baby steps of walking away. So now when your emotions is in check, also walking away means that you're not looking back. Now, this is how overall you're bringing your emotions in together, but everything's going to work out in your favor together because you also walked away. So the purposes of walking away is not just to have your emotions to show that you have it together, but it's also to show that you're a man, a powerful man that could get up and go. And then ultimately it's you walking away for these reasons of, okay, maybe back to if you're in a relationship, maybe you got somewhere to be. Maybe you know what's better, what's more important, right? A fella that knows his purpose is his purpose, and he's not going to get distracted by a woman. His distraction is not going to be picked as that woman. And so what also goes into her now regretting losing you is knowing that the things that you were willing to do before for her, you will no longer do. So basically, a lot of women know how easy it is with a lot of you guys. And fellas, if you guys want to know more things, not just about basic relationships, or even if you have entanglement, but things such as how it goes down in the sheets, and then also if you guys have the friends with benefits type of vibe going on, y'all can check out my Patreon videos. We do talk about real raw stuff. And fellas, they cannot be on YouTube, and there's also reaction videos and a lot of things that you guys won't see on here. So just letting y'all know that. But let's go back to how the way it used to be before. It was easy. Let's go back to before you could tell her, you know what, not now, but not now just means, okay, you know, it's not that easy for her right now, but later on she will get her way. So back to how a lot of times when a female looks at you as a simp, a weak guy, it's really down to she knows when she could push this luck, she could try this. And then it's also back to how she meets a fella for the first time, fellas. Get this. She meets you for the first time and she's already doing this stuff. So it's like this behavior, it has to be put at a stop to a stop in the beginning. But unfortunately, that doesn't happen. So how do you guys not let a woman act the bratty way or do the testing games that females love to do, and you guys get away with it the whole entire time because you didn't show her a side of being weak? You didn't let her see that there's sides of you that she could get into because, you know, you have a soft side for her. So let's just go back into this old side of you that she regrets not having because that's the side that used to do things for her. That is the idea of how sometimes she could regret you for the wrong reasons. Now, I say regret you as in regret losing you. She regrets losing you for the wrong reasons of, unfortunately, she only regrets you out of her life now because the things that you did do before was actually great things. Now, fellas, view it like this. You could have been actually a great boyfriend and she looked at you as a boyfriend and she was actually really like ready to take that next step, right? You guys could have actually been engaged. You guys could have actually been together and there was genuine feelings. Now, it just might mean though, when you were doing those things, you could have been doing nice, great things because you were supposed to, she deserved it. But then later on, when it's been bad behavior repetitively, right? If it's manipulation, using, all types of stuff that we talk about on this channel or what women would like to do, how women want to get away with things. If it's any of those things and now you're just still doing the things for her voluntarily. Now you're just doing it out of kindness. Now you're doing it just because, well, you know what, we have a past, or you know what, you deserved it now, even though you did this, and that. Now it becomes, oh, it is that she regrets you going back to that guy that did these things in a good way. But unfortunately, the truth of it is that some fellas, you guys once more, you've changed how she views you as a masculine man in those cases. So sometimes it can shift from like, oh wow, we were on the same page. Sometimes it's like, oh well, I thought we were good, right? You will do something for her and it's like, okay, well now all of a sudden I do it and she's now taking advantage, or you know, she's being ungrateful. And this is just examples, right? Everybody has their own situations, but just so we can carry on with this example, and fellas, if you have not given this video a huge thumbs up, go ahead and do so right now. It helps your girl so much. But we could just go on to say with this example, if let's say you show that you could be a good guy to this girl and she definitely deserves it and it's good behavior, okay, you guys should not be getting at a point of where you need her to regret losing you. You get the problem? Same way you should not be, same way you guys should not be at a place of course, you wanted to just take her back. You just letting her to come back into your life just easily like that. I almost lost my train of thought there. Ooh, but y'all know I had to, hold it in. But backtrack, let's just move on to how there's sometimes where you guys are in a relationship and y'all fellas really had it good for yourselves. As in like, okay, you showed her she could be maybe vulnerable. She could actually maybe, honestly spend a little bit of money, right? Sometimes y'all are in a relationship going half and half and stuff like that. But there's times where women actually got to that point of like looking at you as the man in the relationship, or, oh, he's masculine, or I'm going to be more submissive, or this is her acting right. And then backtrack if she's slipping up or things have changed or you don't really know, y'all don't get the program with you have to change. And it means in that moment, yes, change your program if, oh, well, everything seems so lovely or everything seems so good to be true. On the other hand, though, when I talk about she just met you off the bat and she's looking at you as a guy that, oh, well, how could I really regret losing him? She's looking at the guy that is still once more easy. But you need it to be where it's like the things that you could potentially give a woman, and this is of course with your purpose and all that other stuff in check, right? We'll talk more about it in other videos. But with that all in place, when you do show what you could actually bring to the table to a woman, when you do show her what it could be like, oftentimes women do start understanding that, oh, this is nice, this is lovely. And then oftentimes you guys might ruin it for yourselves. Now, let's just dismiss that. You don't ruin, being too nice when you shouldn't be, or, obviously giving when you shouldn't be giving, things like that. But let's just say oftentimes, sometimes for some females, they have to really get that you have to be so tough and you'll stay that way. So regretting losing you, it also could be she regrets you for the bad reasons of I want him back to get all these things from him. I want to, drain his pockets out. It could be for those reasons, but regretting losing you ultimately means that she knows that you are basically the catch. So in other words, regretting losing you, and this is now the kind of like sad truth that I got to get into, but it means that she knows that if you come back around, you're going to be good for that time around, but it might just be a short time. So it's like those feelings, and this is where we got to be real with like, what did you as a fella, and fellas, once more, if you want to book a consultation, we can discuss what's going on in your relationship or what's going on with her. But what did you specifically do before that was a repetitive pattern, right? You got to analyze your situation because it's not going to be the same, things that's always going on that's the same, okay? But let's just go back to how she regrets losing you for the idea of getting that good guy that, oh, that other woman will have. So yes, you can have other women probably. And if you can't, you are going to have that option happen overall. But back to you becoming the catch, or she views you as, oh, wow, why would I want to lose him? Oh, wow, look at how good it was. Oh, wow, of course, the grass is not green on the other side. Or let's just say, oh, wow, like you are really, once again, the catch. She's viewing it as in when he comes back around, she's going to enjoy you for that time around for the reasons of what she missed you temporarily for. So sometimes it's really down to like, some of y'all don't really fix that main problem. It might really be that you're really soft with her, right? And so it's just like, okay, maybe she wants you because you're really about your business. Your work ethic is really, really well. You have great work ethics. And then your emotions is just like, there's just these moments. So it's just maybe she might want you back and she's thinking that, oh, you might have changed, things like that. But yet, you know, in her mind, unfortunately, the regret is strong enough to want you. She regrets losing you, but the difference will be if you come back around and she still sees how, oh, wow, that emotional part of yours is still weird, it's still up and down, then now it's back to how it becomes a problem once more and how regretting losing you only became regretting losing you for a temporary part. So how you make it become stronger is really being about what you are now showing you are. So this new man. Now I say this new man could have been this man in the past as well. It could have been the man that you were before you got so emotionally sprung over her and you were doing the most or doing whatever it took. So things didn't go completely left or you didn't lose her at all, you know? So let's just go back to how she wants things to be the way it was before, or she wants things to be like this, or she wants things to be easy. What woman would like is it to be that way, but unfortunately, back to how you will now give it to her. Y'all got to get that. It's all about reading how she's moving with you, right? Because sometimes it's like you could take the most beautiful woman you ever seen in your life out, but you could be doing the most when you're out after taking her out and realizing she's giving you these red flags or she's giving you things that are, oh, well, she wants space and she's telling you she misses you, but yet you're trying to still see her when you know space is really the actual best thing to do. And in those cases, she is the best looking woman. Yes, are you following me? But you mess it up for yourself after doing that good thing of taking her out as expected, but now wanting to see her. And so regretting losing you just flips. It changes, fellas. So you basically have a woman now, you know, in the case of wanting you and she wanted more time out of you because she realized that, oh, well, I told him this and that and he did what, you know, he knows what to do because he's not following these games. He's not here for the pettiness, or he's obviously understanding what to do. Then you make this woman honestly put in her place without even just like forcing it. There's other ways to also, and that's a whole nother story with like, you know, if you're in a relationship and how you could kind of make that woman relax, you know, act right, be back in her place. And then in this case, all you're really doing is really like taking your time if you're supposed to take that time away. If her body language has been giving you, oh, not texting back, I mean, not body language, because obviously body language you won't really see and that's in front of her. But if she hasn't sent you a message, then that would be, okay, you would be stepping away. Now let's go back to body language though. If you're around her, and let's talk about space, right? If you're around her and her body language is giving, give me some distance, I'm not really feeling you. And then you decide, okay, I'll give you a little bit of distance. And you're thinking in your mind, well, okay, this could work, or I can't give too much, or let me just step back. But yeah, you don't think like, okay, well, this girl's really on games, or this is the second time we've been through this. Once again, remember what type of situation you're in. Remember, are you going to be played for a fool twice, third times? How many times? Some fellas, they're like, nope, it's the first time and I'm not with it. But back to, if you know that this is how it's been, or you know what's best, you would take full steps away because her body language is giving you, stay all the way away. Her body language is giving you, I'm not really feeling you. She's closed off. She could be turned around. She could even get up and leave and come back and act like everything is fine. Now, that's just examples of, okay, fellas will maybe not have a regret losing you when you're over there still in her space. Now, when we reverse it once more and you disappear now, when you do things such as no contact or you ghost, or let's just say you're out of the picture, as in, oh, you knew best and you're gone, it's like, what? The shocker comes in, but it's like unexpected to that max. And it's why would a woman want to feel those feelings of, well, now he's gone, or, oh, well, the control she had before, that easy access, or I'll say this, or I could, or I know how to, is not available at all, fellas. And don't forget about Patreon. You'll get more videos after this because we're about to wrap up. So if you do want to keep watching some videos you never probably seen, because if you are not pledged, you'll never see it. But if you do want to check out those videos, you could with that link down below. And so let's just go back to how you could make her regret losing you absolutely by knowing that in these moments, Your emotion needs to be gone. In this moment, if it means get up and leave, leave. Back to body language, fellas. Once more, what I want to say about body language, if her body language is giving you, you know what, I want you to come closer. After she told you, you know what, I don't want you, all that stuff, you need to also understand in those moments, be distanced. Be gone. Be like, oh, well, I'm not easy to just be there for you when you're now ready. And when you are now ready, or you've been waiting for me, you're still going to keep waiting because it's like, it's not that easy. And it just simply works like that with you, because you could go ahead and get another woman. You could actually just be okay without her. You could actually just move on with your life. You could actually just be chilling. You're not affected. Your emotions are not affected. That's just the difference between the simps and then the alphas that don't care, right? That's the difference between a guy that has value for himself and a guy that doesn't, and still will be like, well, what makes sense is your feelings right now, right? And sometimes y'all are not thinking this, but this is how a woman is feeling based on, oh, you're already ready to just sympathize with her any second, literally. That's a lot of y'all. Now, I just want to move on to this, and this is really how we'll close off. Another thing about texting, right? I said already body language, and I did also say if she's not texting you, if she's giving you space, you're not actually receiving no messages from her, that right there is also telling you give her space. So what you do in those cases is like when you give her space, let's say that's the first step, right? You're giving her space because she might be telling you she wants space, she's busy, she's doing this, all types of stuff. Next things though that a fella would do, understanding what game she's trying to play, or when you do have to, let's say you guys are dating or whatever, and you guys do check in or talk to each other, whatever the case may be, you do have to eventually text her later on, or you're going to. But what happens though after giving her space, then boom, that next step of texting her later will be texting dry. Will be not asking her as you would normally how her day was, or, you know, what's going on tonight. Things that you would do before won't be that. Texts that you sent won't be that. Everything will become very much dry. It will also become very much on your side, not interested. And that's how you guys need it to go. You need her to understand that you lost interest because of her. You lost interest because she's not interesting. Now, it becomes where it's not that you guys need to reflect and feel like, oh, well, I can't do that. You have to look as in, wow, almost a tongue twister. Look at it as in like, oh, am I strong enough? Has my emotions been strong enough? Am I capable and strong enough to do this because of the simple facts of, oh, I could actually not react. I could actually be nonchalant. So I'll leave it at that for you guys to kind of just let that soak in, of how you can bring power based on really your actions, what you decide to do, and keep it consistent. Showing her really this other side is really, you know, once again, could be that one side that you already showed her before, but it's really down to that most attractive side that she loves the most. All right, so I'll leave it at this. I do definitely want to elaborate on how you could also make her regret losing you. There's plenty of more ways, but definitely tell me if y'all want the part 2s. Drop that down below right now. And fellas, once again, do not forget all the links down below. Patreon, all the videos you won't see on here, reaction videos, and most importantly, my website. There is that great deal going on for Black Friday and Thanksgiving. Check it out, fellas, and y'all will see me in my next video. Bye, y'all.